but we're going to officially jump in. So who am I? Well, I'm Joey Roberts. I'm a mom. I have a 7-year-old boy, and he is the exact reason that I built my first Amazon brand. And I would not say I got lucky. I worked very hard. I thought about every decision I was making because I wanted to hit that $1 million mark in 12 months. I wanted to flip the business. I wanted to sell it. I had a little kid at the time, so those were my goals. Your goals might be different, but I'm sure we're aligned somewhere on that journey of wanting to make money and spend more time as we please. I am an Amazon selling coach. I have been coaching at AMZ Insiders since I guess 2022, so a bit now. And I work with Jamie Davidson, who is a 9-figure Amazon seller. So I'm considered a 7-figure because I surpassed the $1 million mark in 1 year, and then Jamie is 9 figures. So everybody has a mentor, and Jamie was actually mine. So before I was in Amazon, I worked in the corporate world. I did everything you're supposed to. I went to college. I got the internship. I got the corporate job. I made like no money for a couple years and scraped by. And eventually, I had to live like 2.5 hours away when my first job at CNN because I could not afford to live in the city. So I've been there. And it's not that I was afraid of hard work at all. I love working hard. I love seeing results. And you probably feel the same way. It's like, you don't mind working hard, but you want to do it for yourself. You don't want to build somebody else's dream. And that's kind of the first step, is taking action. And I knew that when I was in the corporate world, but it really hit home when I had my first kid. Or my only kid. I only have one child. But when I became a mom, I was like, well, I need to start selling products online, because how am I going to go back into my corporate job with this little baby here? So while I was like living the stroller life, I came up with a product I thought I should sell, right? I just decided, hey, this is a product I want to sell. You can see in the picture, there is a strap, and that is what I called a stroller strap. And what it is it's connecting my wrist to the stroller. So any caregiver will just have a quick, instead of like a break or something, I was like, let's just put a strap on here. And it was a very, very comfortable strap. I actually loved it. I still have a garage, like a package of them in my garage, like 150 of them. But look, it was a terrible, terrible product for me to sell. And I could be shy and like not tell you like, hey, the first product I ever launched was a total bust. But you know what? Live and learn. And the reason it was a bad product for me to sell, I know you all can read, is why it's on, is here. But the biggest one that I wrote here is I could not justify spending my time and resources, as in money, on this product. So even if I could educate people and I could get the word out of why the stroller strap was amazing, with the low margin, I didn't have, with the low money coming in per unit, I didn't have the resources, the money to be able to educate people. And that was a huge error, because nobody knew what the stroller strap was. If it was a product that was obvious what you do with it, maybe I could have. But at that point, it doesn't even matter, because I didn't have time and money to spend on it. So it was a bad product. That's okay though. You know what? I was running a wallpaper business. I had started a wallpaper business in 2014. And I just went back to doing that. Something hit me about this wallpaper business, though, is it was me doing all the work. I was like physically going and measuring walls and hiring people. So without me, this business is not worth anything. Nobody's going to buy it. I just bring money in, and I physically have to go places. But you know what? I still own this business. I've had this business since 2014. It's a passion of mine. I absolutely love it. I won some, Women in Business awards for it. But what I wanted was something scalable, something that could change my family's life. And when 2020 hit, forget that it was COVID, but what happened in 2020 when I didn't have walls to put wallpaper on because of COVID, I was sitting at home with my now 2-year-old, and I was like, going through everything you go through with a 2-year-old. And it's like, I got to go back to selling online. Like, I want to be able to sell products while I'm sitting here with my sweet young child. The mistake, I want to remind you the mistakes I made. Let's go check them out. Okay, remember, I made a mistake on the margin because I didn't have enough money to differentiate a product to justify my time and money. So what did I do? This might sound like a little crazy to you, but I'm not kidding you. I thought about money before emotion. I was too emotional with the stroller strap, thinking, okay, I'm going to keep all these babies safe and tethered to their caregiver. No, I was not going to think that way anymore. I flipped everything. I was like, let's talk about money first. What would excite me? What would excite you? This is where I want you to start thinking about yourself. My goal, I wrote these down. I didn't have a product to sell. I literally wrote down what you're looking at is I would be very excited to jump out of bed and work if every single product I sold, like one unit, one product, put $100 into my bank account, into my pocket. Doesn't matter what I do with the $100. I could put it back in the business. I can go get my nails done. It doesn't matter what I do with that $100, but I'm excited every time a unit would be sold that I would get that money. And this is just what I wrote down. Then I thought, well, okay, if that's what I want to do, what does it take to do that? Well, it has to sell for over $200 on Amazon, right? So we're thinking higher priced products that people are going to drop $200 on. And then I would need to buy this from a supplier. And I just wrote supplier. Yeah, I would love to buy everything in the US, but like, let's be realistic. If I bought it in the US, it was going to be like $70, $75. If I bought it from China, it'd be around $50. So that's why I put 50 to 70, like, let's see. Well, now I had my goals. I just needed to find a product. And I encourage you to challenge your mind to think with what excites you before you think about the product, because it's easy to fall in love with products in this price range and in the less expensive price range, right? So what did I do? Well, I found a product that already existed, right? I did not recreate anything. I found a product that was already selling. Okay. Like, people were already buying it on Amazon. They're already buying it places. And I read all of the customer reviews and thought of ways that I can make it better. Like, okay, you're complaining about this color. No problem. I'm going to make the color better. I did that. So I read the reviews, and people would be like, well, that red color, everything's in red or black. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make something in silver. I'm going to make it white. I'm going to make stainless steel. Like, I'm into cool modern. Now, remember, I do have a wallpaper business, so I'm very into design. So that was a strong point for me, but it doesn't matter. It could have worked against me where I over designed it. So it doesn't matter if you have that skill or not. It's just figuring out tiny ways to change it. You don't have to go big. So what I would say is changing the color for me, not a big deal. Making it a little bit more modern, easy. Best thing I did is I got a mentor. I wanted to learn from somebody who had achieved results, and I wanted to achieve results. No, I didn't want to be a 9-figure seller. I had a 2-year-old, but I did want to hit the $1 million, the 7-figure mark. So that is why I joined AMZ Insiders with Jamie Davidson. So a lot of people want to know the secret to how I hit the $1 million in 12 months. And I would say number 5 is probably a big one, right? I just kept it as simple as possible. I did not get distracted with a lot of new cool things. Like, people my first year were always like, oh, you should try this marketing. You should try this. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay with where I'm building and what is working and try to get my sales to just stay steady. Like, I didn't pile on too many things. The other important one we talked about was the margins. Okay, I did find the products that were over $100 profit. And then when they were selling well, if I launched at $200 on Amazon, I started increasing the price. And that is a key thing you do when you get reviews and you get steady. You can increase the price because people want your product because you make a really good product. And I knew what I needed to sell. I knew my selling goals. And that's very simple, right? There's a lot more that goes into it as far as making the right decision on the product that you're going to sell or the next products you're going to add to your store. So what should you sell on Amazon now in 2025, right? I would definitely aim for thinking I can make $500 a day or more, right? So I like to keep numbers in your head that get you excited. So hopefully making $500 a day profit from products is something that you're interested in. So what products to sell? This is always the biggest question. Like, okay, Joey, what should I sell? Well, we know what people buy on Prime Day. They spend lots of money on their home, the health and wellness. So it's like people spend money on their house, their body, and their pets. Okay, keep that in mind. But these are great categories to sell in. What I would say is thinking about bigger margins. What sells for more margins? And I would definitely say sports and outdoors. Number 4 on this list that I've given you is my favorite. And that's what I sold in. I sold sports and outdoor products. And I had about 16 different products that I sold. I started with one product. I made like 3 or 4 variations of it. And then I added more and more products. And those are the products that added up to me hitting my $1 million in 12-month mark. Office products are great. Maybe we'll dig into some of these later. So I just want to say, if there's products in your head that you are already thinking of, when I get to showing you how to find some products in a little bit, keep them in your head, and I would love to be able to share them or for you to share them with me, and then I can look them up. But if nobody shares, that's fine. I'll show you ones that I think are great to sell, and they're not ones that I'm currently selling. A lot of people ask me, like, what does it mean to sell in home? When we are talking about products that make money, I want you to think of like furniture that can be shipped, right? So I know there's a couch there, but that's not like the very best thing because it's heavy for Amazon to ship. But trust me, there's lightweight furniture that you can also look into. Home decor, people spend lots of money on nice home decor. Kitchen accessories like ice makers, things like that. Those do really well. Lawn and garden too. And here is a guy named John Sims. And John is somebody that I've had the pleasure of coaching for about 3 years. And he makes $500 a day. And he chose to sell pillows. Not kidding you. I am going to show you a picture of John in a little bit, because you would think John was selling my sports equipment and I was selling these pillows. Like if you looked at the two of us, right? Wouldn't you think like, oh, Joey should sell those pillows? No, I was selling sporting stuff and he was selling pillows, because this was the right product for him to sell based on his budget, based on his goals and everything that he wrote down. And mine was for those goals that I showed you at the beginning. So very fun product that he does. Now, I love that I showed you pillows, and then a lot of people are like, well, if they're coming from China, how am I going to beat the Chinese competition? This is a really amazing example. Zule Kitchen is a friend of mine, Aaron. He's well-known in the space. Aaron and Whitney, they have like 5 kids. This is their product, and anybody from China can sell one of these like stir stick things, right? But look at how beautiful the photos are. That is one thing that differentiates them from the Chinese competition. But here's the thing. Look at the high-end black one. There is really no reason that one needs to be $25, except for the perception that it's more beautiful, it's more high-powered. It's the same as the these other ones. It's just got a nicer box, and it's like all black and has a black matte stand. Look, I want it. It reminds me of like a Tesla, like a matte black Tesla. Like, I think it's beautiful. And so what do they do with it? They make the price almost like $30. It's on sale here. And that's really how you beat the competition. You make it look better than them. It's like not a secret at all. You use your own photos, your own creative, and you make it stand out. So how much does it take to invest time and money? That all depends on everything on this slide. But the real thing that matters is that you have a product that is completely unique. So innovation is what wins on Amazon. So you're taking a product that people are already buying, right? Like I sell this product too. This is like a lotion cream. It's a hormone cream. There's lots of these, but I made it look different. I put a different bottle on it. I have a different label. I made that look very different than other supplement creams out there. Another thing that you should think about, and I did this with my sports brand, is number 9. You want to be able to protect it with trademarks, copyrights, and patents. And that is really where you stand out to be different. And then you'll understand what you're investing in and why you're building a business, right? Instead of like just having one product. And that will come in too, of what your goals are and your budget. Do you want to test some products? No problem. We can test some products on a very low budget. Do you want to go big and do really high margin products like I did with the sports? That's a little bit more investment. So what I spent versus what John spent on the pillows, John got started for, like a few hundred, maybe a couple $1,000 because he went for the pillows. Mine, I did a little bit more because I did the higher margin product, but I did not go order a whole bunch of inventory. I only ordered about 20 to start. So there's a lot of techniques, and I love to coach people through it. This is where like the fun part comes when I get to coach. So reviews are important. And I mentioned reviews a little bit earlier. As soon as you get your reviews coming in and you get loyal customers, they go into a post-purchase funnel is what we call it. That just means they're your customers and they're probably going to continue to buy from you, right? Like you buy from current brands you like over and over. Like my kid is obsessed with Nike. So, okay, I buy Nike stuff. So it's very similar to that. And that all happens with the post-purchase. So little tip that not a lot of people know is you can put an insert card in your product box that ships for free from Amazon. So this card you put in there with product information, and you're capturing your customer's email address, their phone number, their birthday to send them a little, happy birthday message or coupon code or enter to win, those types of things. And this rides for free in the box to your customer, and then they fill it out. So there's like a little tip on the insert cards. One thing we never do on the insert card is request a 5-star review. Now, once you have the customer information and it's your email, your text, that's very different, but you cannot do anything related to Amazon asking for a 5-star review. People ask all the time, I don't want my account to get suspended. Well, just play by Amazon's rules. And we always have a little workaround to comply with Amazon and also be able to have freedom in your selling, because it's your business. Like here, you have a QR code, scan here for your warranty. And then what do? We go to a really cute, easy landing page. And now you can offer them other things. You can bring them into a community. And sure, you could even like ask them for reviews, but it has to be off of Amazon. It can't be through Amazon. So how do I get product reviews then? Well, I use those insert cards and I email and I text my customers It's completely allowed by Amazon because it's not being done on Amazon. Nothing's in the box says, give me a review. There is a request a review button, and you can automate it. Like when I say request a review, you'll see your orders in Amazon Seller Central, and you just click request a review, request a review. There's a picture of it on the screen, but you can actually automate that. So I do like to do that. And then Amazon has a review program, Amazon Vine, where you can get 20 people to leave you a review. So within, right when you launch, you can be already having 20 people go and review. Okay. So I'm AMZ Insiders coaching, and then AMZScout is my secret weapon to finding profitable products to sell that have the margins that I need. And when I'm saying margin, we always think of percentage. When I am writing out my goals, I just think of it in dollar amounts. Like $100 is going to get me really excited. So I need to sell products that are over 200. And that's really where I like to start. So this software is super powerful, and I am so thrilled to be able to give you a live demo of the AMZScout Pro extension. So what I'm going to show you right now, we're going to pop over to Amazon in a second, but I want you to keep in mind, I'm just going to show you how to do this on Amazon, and it's going to blow your mind. It is a game changer, extremely powerful, and we're not even going to leave Amazon. So you should see Amazon. All right, great. Perfect. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, since we're talking about higher margin products, I'm going to do the sit to stand desk. I was looking at this earlier today because honestly, it's a really good product to sell. So that's why I was looking at it. I'll just be honest. Okay, first is when we go into Amazon, we just do sit to stand desk, right? So that's the keyword. This pulls up, just check, make sure. Yep. Okay. These are all the ones we're looking at. There's some from $90. There's some from $109. The prices vary. Ooh, I like $300. Okay. So it's $300. It has 6,000 reviews, 9 sizes. All right. I'm listening. The higher the margin, but they're kind of all over the place. So that tells me that there is a lot of room in this sit to stand desk category to have higher prices and maybe a lower price point, like the 55, right? Like if I wanted to just launch with the 55 and then also have like a $400 one or something, go big, why not? These are very interesting. Okay. So now that we have here this, let's see. Okay, so we have, I changed it to sit to stand desk instead of desks. I'm just particular on how things show up. Okay, so we're going to run the extension. So if you saw what I did there, I clicked on the extension. So we're still in Amazon. This is just an overlay of the AMZScout tool. This is, again, my secret weapon. And what it is doing is scanning the entire page of Amazon and pulling up all of this information for us to analyze. There is so much going on here. It's very exciting. So it's all loading, but first thing I look at is way up here at the top. Okay, so now we know we're looking at 53. So really, it took the top 50 sellers. These first ones are ads, so that's why I say top 50, kind of organic. It's okay that they're ads, but I just like to look at people who aren't running ads. So I like that it has about the 50 in here. The average monthly revenue is $300,000 for these sellers. That's very good. And the average price is 161. Okay. Reviews are high at 2,000, but that's okay. Visibility score. This is interesting. Oh, and I love in this tool, you can just hover over it. Like you don't have to memorize any of this stuff, right? You just hover over and it's like, here's a tip. Now is a great time to enter and establish a position in this niche. as it has significant potential and remains unsaturated. Well, hey, that's really great tip. Okay, this one is my favorite, is the niche score. So it's a 6. So let's see what that really means. Oh, okay, I love this. So it's a 6 of 10 likely to succeed. Profit is okay, right? It's high margin. This cracks me up. So it says undesired prices, right? It's difficult to make if the prices are low or sell in large quantities. Okay, cool. So for us, we know that we're going to keep the products higher so that we can have this going, our high margin. Demand is high. Great. We can sell a lot if we can get to the first page. We'll talk about getting to the first page, but if you have a coach and a mentor, your products will be on the first page. All right, competition. Let's see. Okay, so you can go through all of this. And then, I mean, look at all this information. Like, this is all still on Amazon. I absolutely love it. So it's like, here's the trend analysis, high demand for adjustable standing desks, all of this. You can go through, I know you guys know how to read, but something I like to look at is competitor analysis. Look at these brand names. I've never heard of any of these, right? Like, I would be thinking it would be like the brand names that you're used to seeing that make like ergonomic things and all this. No, these are just like brands by like me and you, and anybody can come in and sell this. Like, how wonderful is that? This is FBA, which means it's sent to Amazon and Amazon ships it in their Prime program. And then FBM is fulfilled by merchant, meaning like you can ship it from your garage. So there really are both options. I have done both of those. I highly recommend sending it directly to Amazon. That's kind of what I'm talking to you today. So you don't have to hold the inventory, but I applaud people who do want to hold inventory. So look at all this. It goes down here. I love the price range is $60 to $500. So you have room there. Goes into key features. Okay. I want to keep going. And they have the copy to the clipboard built into this. This is really cool because you can just put this into your notes, right? Or, you can move it into like ChatGPT if you want to take it further and keep like a ChatGPT. So I love that it can copy to your clipboard. So it's like, this is still, we haven't left Amazon, right? Like, we're still just on Amazon, and it's just an overlay of Amazon. Okay, let's dig a little deeper. Okay, what's selling? Oh, wait, I have an idea. Let's look at the price on Amazon. So, well, it's fun to look here too at the revenue that people are making. Like, okay, so this is a $400, right? It's priced at $400. It's making $300,000 a month. This is all in months, by the way. So it's making $300,000 a month, and it looks like this. So wait, are you kidding me? This is $400. Hold on. Yeah, it is. Okay. This isn't what I was even thinking when I did sit to stand desk, but you know what is so interesting that we just uncovered? This is smaller and easier to ship, and it's still an expensive product, even though it's not the sit to stand desk, but they're showing up. So let's look at this product, right? This is actually extremely interesting to me. So let's take a look across the board before I open it up. So it has a private label score of 6, which is great. That's the 6 out of 10. That's the likely to succeed. And we are at $400 in price. And, here's a good one. They just started selling less than a year ago. Oh my goodness. Less than a year ago, they launched this product and they're making $200,000. Okay, well, good for them. Wow, I am impressed. Okay, here it is, 71% net margin. So that's a lot. So their price is $400. Their fees are $115 on Amazon. So they're putting back in their pocket 71%. Okay, that's great. So that's like the 200 and let's click on this and see. So the product, we don't know all. Okay, so you can play around with this calculator here, but you'd have to go like onto Alibaba and get like a idea of what a unit costs. I'm going to guess that this costs like $25, right, to make. Well, oh, I put on nothing. Okay, but you can go in here and figure out, there's like the whole estimated calculator with all of it. And then you need to put in all the dimensions and everything. But anyway, it's totally saying that the estimated profits is $227,000. That's a yes from me. I'd like to bring that in for profit. Okay, going back to this one. Let's have some fun. Oops, where'd I go? Excuse me, sorry. Let's, I toggled off of it. Okay, let's go back. So I'm going to click on it and we're actually going to look at the product. So this is it. Very cool looking. Let's get some information from the tool. I'm just clicking on the extension and it's just overlaying and populating all of the information. This is a really important part because we're going to talk about how, if you want to sell this product, how you're going to be able to do it. Okay, so now we have taken the image from Amazon, and what AMZScout just did is pulled in all the information just on this one product. Okay, so we're not looking at any other product at the moment. We're looking at this and how we can replicate it and how we can do it better than them so that we get some of the profit. I'm going to go into AI analysis. What's happening is AMZScout is pulling in all data and giving us insights and how to improve the product. But it's using AI, so it takes a little bit, and plus I'm presenting live to you right now. So it takes a little bit because there's so much heavy information being pulled. But what we're trying to do is figure out how can we make this product better and beat the competition. And it's not guessing, like we're using actual insights from reviews. So what AMZScout's tool is doing right now is looking through reviews and analyzing everything. Before this product insight tool, I would spend hours digging through all of the reviews. And now all we have to do is sit here for a few minutes and get all of this. Okay, let's see what it says. Okay, it's for standing desk converters. Okay, so it's like I can just put it on my desk and stand. I love that. Let's see, what is interesting? We talked about the unique brands already. Listing quality source. So that is the listing. Like there's room for better pictures, making the listing sound better. Like that's an easy one, very easy one to improve on if we want to take some sales away from them. So you can go through here. It even gives you like common keywords used. That's important. Ergonomic, right? So we'd be like ergonomic, tabletop desk, sit to stand, etc. And all right, let's keep moving on. So I'm excited. So I'm going to jump ahead to the product improvements. Hopefully you are too, but this is like my absolute favorite thing. It's like, yes, I can use my brain and think about ways to improve it, but I really want to see what AI does. And then AI will give ideas and then we can all go a little bit bigger. All right. Okay. So improvement, introduce a compact budget-friendly variant. Okay. That's cool. Like a sidekick one, or maybe two of them. You know, if you want to get a smaller one and then have a big one for home. I could use one for when I'm working offsite, right? Like I'd love to have one that was smaller and I could like keep in my car. Okay, super cool. I really like that. I kind of like that you can have like the $400 one and then you have like the compact version that could be like $250 right? And I really do think if you bundle those products together, you probably could sell both of them, and you could sell multiples because businesses are going to buy them too, right? Like, especially smaller offices. Like, I would have bought them. I would buy them for everybody I work with and anybody I employ. I'd be like, all right, I'm going to buy a bunch of them, but maybe I'll buy some small, some big. So very cool. All right, let's look at the product insights from AI together. And now is the time. If you have an idea or a product that you want me to look at, I am willing to do it. So I'll check the chat in just a second after we kind of walk through what we're learning here: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, etc. This is just like $300,000 a month on a product that launched less than a year ago is extremely impressive. I don't know who this seller is, but I'm really proud of them. I'm very happy for them. I hope you guys can all replicate the same thing. I want everybody to win. There's room for all of us to win on Amazon. You know what I like is the multiple height settings too. So then I would start to think like, can you make it different heights? What about different lengths? Can you like expand it, make it smaller, things like that. Okay. There's so much in this tool, and it's just overlaying on top of Amazon. I'm going to check the chat really quick. I'm coming back to the chat. Okay. Awesome. So I'm going to just keep going with my workshop with you. Okay, good. I love it. Electric golf trolley. Let's check it out. I've never even heard of that product, so this is going to be really fun to do together. Thank you very much for this suggestion. I'm going back in. Electric golf trolley. Oops, excuse me. All right, I'm just going to start over on Amazon. Okay, so I'm going to go electric golf. We say cart. I'll put in trolley though and see what comes up. But like we would usually say cart. Yes. Okay. This is so fun. The first thing I am seeing is there are low reviews. So there's an opportunity right now. There's more and more people coming on the scene. What I would say is there's new people coming, low reviews, is jump on this now. This would be a product I would not sit on if this is something that you decide to do, but let's analyze it and let's see if we can make a little bit of a decision here. Wow, this is cool. Love the price points. Would love to do like 3 different price points, right? I love this 150. This one, 1,500. I've sold products for 1,500 on Amazon. It goes okay, but you sell 2 or 3 and you're thrilled. All right. When you have AMZScout installed, I am on a Chrome browser, just so you know. You just come down to the extension and you click on it, and here we go. So it's just taking all the top listings with the specific keyword electric golf trolley. And a lot of these are hot. I love seeing the hot button because it's like, hey, this is just in general, it's up and coming. We're looking at the same as before, about 50 results. Not a lot of ads being run. I noticed that. So the new sellers are not being very aggressive on ads. That to me would be a very big opportunity to be like, hey, I'm going to be able to win at this. So the average price is a little crazy because it's all across the board. So average price, okay, wow, you can make money. So what we've answered for you so far is, does it sell well and can you make money? So I would say yes, you can make money. Every seller is making about $30,000 per month, and I think it's going to go up and up from there. And the reason I think that, it's not because I just have a feeling, it's because I'm looking at all of these arrows. You see these arrows, they're all going up. That means all of the revenue for every single seller is on the way up. We want to see the arrow pointing up and to the right. And then you're like, yeah, Okay, so I don't see a single seller not going up. So that means that this average monthly revenue, when we check this again in 2 weeks, is going to be bigger. Okay, moving on. Let's look at, I am so price driven, guys. I'm going to look at a price point that I think is reasonable. Oh, and these are, I can't help but look at all new sellers. Look at this. Okay. This is a really cool product. Let's just look at this one, right? If it were me, I'd probably be like, hey, I'm going to start with this one. Let's just go with it. 50 bought in the past month. Absolutely love it. Okay, let's do the product analysis. I just want to see if there's even anything to improve on yet. There might not be, honestly, because it is so new and there's not tons and tons of reviews, but let's check it out. I'm going to start with the improvements and see. And it just takes a minute because there's so much information that it is analyzing. Oh my goodness, a built-in cooler. Yes. USB charging port. How clever is that? Convenience on the course. So you can also like charge your phone off of it. Cool. I think these are all really cool. Sorry, I'm just sitting here thinking what a really cool. I like the built-in cooler function. And then I was thinking like, what if it even just has like a cup holder on it, right? Maybe it does. I haven't analyzed it very well, but you know, other little things to add in. Yeah, saying with some of these improvements, you could see an even bigger lift in revenue. So I think in general, the revenue for this category, even for the ones that don't have lots of improvements, is just going to continue to go up and up. I like that this one has GPS. That's clever. And this one design is okay. You might be able to make it look like I would think, oh, let's put like some macho wheels on it and make the wheels a little bit bigger. So don't forget to use your brain too, but also the AMZScout extension is really, really powerful. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing and being brave and sharing that super cool product that I've never even looked at. Like I really, really enjoyed looking at that. I'm going to check the chat really quick. What do I think about custom mahjong tile sets? I don't know. Let's look really fast. All right. I'm going to go look really quick for I'm going to copy that mahjong tile sets. At first, I'm like, that sounds expensive to me. So I'm like, I like it. Let's go back to Amazon. I have to share my screen again. Just going back. And thank you for being brave and sharing your ideas with me. All right, I'm just clearing everything we've done so that we can get a really good read on this. Okay, mahjong tile sets. Let's check it out. Woo, I like them. All right, let's see. So we have some low reviews. Very cool. I like that. Okay, I will say as a product expert, the thing that strikes me is the design. Like you have to design something that people are going to like. So like this one here, I don't know why, but that one's doing very well and it has 1,000 reviews, but I'm like, that's not as appealing to me. So that's where it's like, you have to really get into the design of the bag and the set and how it's all going to look and who your target audience and who you're appealing to. That was just right off out of the bat, like what I think of as like the design. You have to make sure. Let's look at the revenue. Okay. This seller who's making $50,000 a month just launched in February, like the end of February. So that's phenomenal that they're making $50,000 a month already. So good for them. I'm looking just down this column because we just like to see what people are making for the month. This one I like. They're making $130,000 a month. They also launched this year, and they have a price point of $190. That's really impressive. And they launched in February as well. So what is that one? Here's what it looks like. You know what we can even do? Let's do something fun with this one. Let's click on estimated revenue and do who's making the most. Okay, we are now highest. Okay, just stay with me here on this. We are now highest in revenue per month to lowest. So what I want us to look at is the pictures. I would not have thought that this was the one that's making the most money. Okay, that's interesting design. We looked at that one. Here's that one again. They're showing twice when they have ads too. Just keep that in mind. And then here's like a completely different design that is also making a lot of money. So I think this comes down to your design, right? Going into it. And we can run, let's just go with the highest one, and let's run the tool for AMZScout for product improvement. I just want to see what the improvements are. But what I would honestly do with something like this is I would probably take designs like this, designs you're thinking of, and I would run them through tests. And I have a lot of different ways that you can test. I use a company called PickFu, and I test out my designs. I did that with this bottle. If you can still see me, I'm holding up my bottle design. I designed like 4 different labels, and I had people vote. Honestly, I launched with the one they liked. I didn't launch with the one that I liked. Okay. Digital companion app. So smart. So smart. Anything that has an app is a home run on Amazon. If you can have an app with it, you're going to win on Amazon. And if you're going to launch an app, please tell me. I would love to coach you and tell you why having an app with something is gold. So this already was really, really interesting information. Enhance user experience with a digital companion app to help you learn, get tutorials and game strategies, because it's a complicated game. So you want to have an app companion. Absolutely love that. Community engagement. Yeah. Okay. It depends on the Mahjong people if they want to have community engagement or not. Added value. Okay, so they're saying by offering more than just the board game, you create the perceived value, and that is why you can price it higher, pretty much, is you make it seem like a lot more, well, it's not like you're lying, but like the perception with like the really nice designed box and the nice bag and that. So the game stays the same, but then it comes with all these like accessories that make it seem like the perceived value is more awesome. I like this product a lot as well. And I love that both suggestions were high margin products. So I feel like we're all on the same page here. I'm planning with you to talk more about what else you get with the AMZScout tool. So I just showed you the extension. Really, we never left Amazon. Like how much information do we just get without even leaving Amazon? Like we're able to go through all of this and the widgets on the page. And it's just, there's so much going on. You can even do product comparisons, and you can favorite things. Like you can save a list of stuff in your AMZScout tools. Like it's yours, you have your own login. Even though it's like the overlay extension, it'll save it to your account so that you have everything. And then you can also look up suppliers. So there's a button in there that says supplier. So if we wanted to go down and find that, that desk accessory that I liked, if we wanted to find suppliers, like it will show us different suppliers who will help us with that. And it does connect to Alibaba. These are all the features it has. We kind of went over a lot of these. We looked at the calculator for your fees. I would definitely say dig into all of the calculations, because in the extension, it's going to pull the dimension. So you'll know how much the weight is in the dimensions of the box of what those sellers are already shipping. the product database. So there, once you're like logged in to AMZScout, you're going to be blown away. It works so quickly and makes things really easy for you. But as I was mentioning at the beginning, selling in niches that make better margins that you can make money in, like outdoor sports, like toys, like kitchen, pets. You can just click the category on here on the AMZScout tool, and it will give you products in those categories based on criteria that you set. And if you don't want to sell anything below $50, you can put that in there. And then you're going to see stuff that are like musical instruments that sell above $100. Like, it's a very powerful tool. And it has all the keyword search and reverse ASIN is your competitors. You can look up their ASIN, which is just the Amazon number on their listing, and it'll give you all of the keywords that your competitor is using to rank on Amazon. So if we wanted to knock one of those mahjong sets out of position 1, 2, and 3, because that blue one was holding steady, right? If we wanted to take that blue bag one and move it down a couple ones, we would look up what keywords they're winning at, and then we would go after those same exact keywords. And then there's other things you can do too, to show on that listing, and they'll know you're doing it. And trust me, they're going to do it to you as well. Like, it's just the name of the game. But when you're new, you're coming in and you're like, hey, I need to capture some of this money from people who are already taking off. Other things. So I am excited to talk to you about what's working now and what you can see and plan for Q4. And you can totally launch all of this and like get moving on it. When we were putting this together for you, this blew my mind. I had no idea that things have shifted to wooden baby teething toys. And my kid's only 7. So the cool thing about these is not only is it like eco-friendly and safe for the baby, that's all great and yay. I love when people have really safe, wonderful products. But what I like is that it is giftable. So it's going to be like gifts for babies, gift for new moms, gifts for eco-friendly people with children, things like that. It's not fragile. The UPS guy or the Amazon guy can kick it to your doorstep. No problem. Nothing's going to break. And it's lightweight, takes nothing to ship this. And it's very small, not a lot to store it in the Amazon warehouse. And also, when it is lightweight, shipping it, if you find an eco-friendly supplier that meets all the certifications in China, this is super easy to get it to the US. Yeah, you can get this in the US too, no problem. Products like this, moms expect to pay more for. And when you put these on gift registries, it's like, oh, good, fine. I have like $40 I want to spend, and this fits in my budget. So I absolutely love this product. And you see at the top, we have all the rankings that we reviewed, and you should be an expert on because we looked at quite a few of them. That's a good one. Something to note when you're looking in the tool and you're analyzing a product is when you see really big spikes like this one here on the left of our screen, then you want to be like, okay, that must have been Christmas because it's giftable. So that's like Black Friday when everybody's buying for Christmas. And I love that because you have steady sales all year round because everyone's always having babies. And then at Christmas, it spikes up even higher. This is like absolutely beautiful to see this chart because the average sales and the average revenue is staying really, really steady. And if you go to sell your business, this is going to look very impressive. Here is another product, the stainless steel airtight canister. This one is fun. I feel like this is something you could also build and bundle and have it promoted to so many different people like fishermen and hunting. And there's just so many different reasons you would need a stainless steel airtight canister. So I like that there's a lot of revenue opportunities, meaning you can put them in different categories. And you, for this one, right, you can put like a fishing stuff with it. And then for hunting, you can put like hunting stuff, this stuff you want in your car. Hey, if you're a mom or dad, you may want this for like, dirty diapers in your car. I don't know. You can just sit there and think about all the reasons you would need an airtight canister. Camping for sure. So it's stable demand is what we really like to see. And here is the sales. This one is really cool because you can see that the price went up slightly. Like the price is the gray, and it just like kind of went up, but sales still stayed really, really steady. And it goes, it's not seasonal, but it has a little bit more shifts than the baby one, because I think what happens is it depends like how you market it. Because if it's just stainless steel airtight canister is the keyword, then it's going to be a little bit up and down. But I think if you were to put like camping, you'd see it be like really seasonal and up and down. So you want to have something that you can sell year round when you market it. So it's really, really clever to be able to put it into different niches and then also still just sell it as a stainless steel airtight canister. This is sales from my AMZ Insider. So this is our product sales, and Amazon gives you this. And I got to tell you, this is just screenshots from our phone. Like, yes, you can literally run your Amazon business from the app on your phone once everything is like set up and great. And just show you, it shows you like the last 30 days. And these are pretty impressive sales, but just like proof that, hey, we run our business from our phone. We make real money. It's not just me doing the coaching. It is a team of us. Not one person can do it all. It takes a team to coach and help everybody. And between all of us at AMZ Insiders, we have done over $100 million a year on Amazon alone. Now, Jamie Davidson, who's in this picture, who is my mentor, and he actually did $100 million a year by himself. And so with all of us pulled together, we're a much stronger team, and we can coach you and guide you at whatever level you're at and wherever you want to go. If you want to do 100 million like Jamie, great. He is there to coach you. I am like all about, let's just get to 1 million. I love that. Like, let's get our first $1 million in sales, and then we will reorganize the business and see where to take it from there. We have over 2,000 active product listings selling on Amazon through our whole AMZ Insiders method and mastermind. I like the site. So it's like, that's great. But like, how do you get to do it? I think we've been talking about that, and I really like the examples that you guys gave, because I believe that it's all in margin, but it has to fit in your budget. But I recommend FBA. And that's what we talked about earlier, where it's the fulfilled by Amazon, where you don't have to keep the product at your house or in your garage or at your friend's house or your neighbor's house or your business partner's house. Like, no, you just ship it all to the Amazon warehouse, and Amazon will gladly package it up and ship it to their customers for you. Amazon handles all of your customer service. They really do it all so that you can focus on what we were doing, finding products to sell, improving your products, loving your products. I want all of you to sell products that when you are sitting at a dinner table with your friends and family, you are proud of your products. Like, you don't mind saying, hey, I sell this hormone cream. Would all of you, like to try it? You can go buy it on Amazon, or I have samples. You want to focus on stuff that you're proud of. And the way that you focus on your next product or your current product is let Amazon do the dirty work. Let them ship it all. Send your product to them, have them do it all. And then you focus on all of it yourself. Ranking your product to page 1 is essential. It's a must, and there's room for you to be on page 1. Trust me, page 1 is available once you validate your products that we were looking at in the tool. And the way that you get to it is pretty simple. You don't have to go on all of these platforms. I always say, just pick one or two, and go ahead and start there. So a lot of people will do okay, I'm going to go on every single social media site and get every influencer. It's like, no, just like pick one or two. For me, I did YouTube and Facebook. I did nothing on uh, Instagram or TikTok at all. You know, once I got closer to the million in revenue, I did start doing Google ads. But I'm telling you, just a couple influencers on YouTube and some Facebook really did great for me. And you can do it really easily with AI tools now, like asking AI to help find who are influencers that would want to display my sit to stand desk, blah, blah, blah. So you get it, but you just pick a few, like we don't go crazy. And you want to own your brand. I want to stress that is like, I like to teach private label because you own your brand. If you want to start another way on Amazon, I totally understand that. But either way, you want to have your own brand name on Amazon that you trademark for you so that you have a brand that can go global. Like you have your codes and everything that can go global that are just to your product. And I always like to just be upfront that really you should just never be afraid to ask for help. And that's a big thing because it's like, I want to do it. Should I know how to do it? Nobody knows how to do this. They do not teach how to sell products online anywhere. You don't learn it in school. You know, my kid comes home and is like, you know, talking about parallelograms and things. I'm like, son, sit down. Let's look at Amazon. Here's like products that we're selling. I'm trying to get him to understand how to sell products. So it's like you're not going to learn this unless you ask for help. And people don't ask for help. And you ask for help, then you're an action taker and you're ahead of everybody else. But you got to ask the right people for help. People who want to see you succeed, people who have had the results and are willing to coach and share everything that worked for them, but also meet you where you're at and say, hey, if your budget is lower than what my budget was, well, we're going to shift and we're going to get you into a comfortable budget and get you starting to build your Amazon brand so that it's getting the return you need to build. Is it hard? For sure. Everything worth doing is hard. Work is hard, right? I'm sure what you're doing at your jobs today is hard and you're putting in energy, but hey, you could be putting that same energy into building your Amazon business. I do want to say it's fun, right? Like going over this tool when you shop on Amazon and then you can see the potential of money that is being made by sellers. Like it's very fun to be doing this. I honestly would rather be looking at products than diving into all the Netflix shows. Like, you know, it's fine. I'll sit there and watch the Netflix stuff, but I always have my computer out and I'm looking for products because I just find it to be like so fun and it's really, really great to get into. So it's like you can keep doing what you're doing, but if you do believe that building your own Amazon business can lead to better income, enhancing your life, giving you more freedom, spending more time at home with your kids, with your dog, being able to work out whenever you want, go for a walk, maybe spend more time watching Netflix, whatever you want to do with your spare time. I believed that creating a financial asset was something I needed to do so that I felt that I owned something I could sell at any moment when I was like done with a brand or wanted to shift to something else. I wanted to be able to sell it instead of saying, oh, I just worked for 3 years and like I have nothing but, you know, this paycheck that I've gotten every month.